Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're very happy to welcome a representative from AARP. She's Rosalinda Martinez. She's the State Director of Community Strategy Outreach at AARP Texas. Today, we're exploring a program that's making a big impact in communities across Texas and beyond, the AARP Community Challenge Grant. This initiative funds projects that improve public spaces, transportation, housing, and digital access, helping to make neighborhoods more livable for people of all ages. Here to tell us more about this grant is Rosalinda Martinez. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us, Dr. Murillo. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, thank you. And we appreciate the collaboration with you and the AARP team. You all do so much important work, and we're excited about these grants. So tell us about them.
Yeah, so this is very different. It's something that's led through our national folks who work on our livable communities, which Houston is one of those livable communities, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But it's our Community Challenge Grant, which we're here to talk about the upcoming application, which is due March 5th. But people still have some time to apply. And what the Community Challenge Grant is, it's basically a source for funding quick action projects that spark long-term change. Anything that's going to help impact our community, such as parks, our infrastructure, public spaces, transportation, housing, you mentioned digital connections, and really anything that's going to make our communities more resilient. And so it's a very unique way to get some additional funding through our national partners.
Okay, so for people that are perhaps interested in applying, you've talked about infrastructure, sidewalks, etc. Give me an example of something that would qualify for this. And is it an individual that says, I have a great idea for my neighborhood that I'd like to submit?
Yeah, it's an organization. We fund nonprofits and even government entities, right? So some examples that we've provided some funding to the University of Houston downtown, which I know that they're one of your great partners on the digital initiative. So one of the things that they did is students led a training with tablets in senior facilities for folks on how seniors were able to learn how to be digitally connected. And also the university was awarded these tablets. And so that was one project. Again, they're meant to be quick projects that can be implemented within a few months, where we want to kind of see some immediate results. Something else that we saw was through Fit Houston, where they provided some bicycle and tricycle audits to evaluate travel routes between senior centers and parks, right? So very unique types of projects where they impact our walkability, our sidewalks, you mentioned infrastructure, really our public places. And then something else that's a big initiative is something that can benefit our veterans. We've funded a project as well that helped create trainings to teach veterans and older adults home safety modifications. So one of the things that we look at a lot is how can people age in place, right? We know in Houston, people stay in their home. They want to stay in their home for a long time through many phases of their life. And so how can they look at modifications for their home? We did something specifically with veterans, which was very unique.
Okay, so it's really for organizations typically that would qualify for something like this, nonprofits, organizations, etc.
Correct.
Okay, and that would leave a lasting impact in their community. So let's talk about how this might help some of those entities secure other grant funds.
Yeah, we see this as an opportunity for some of these nonprofits to kind of start their project. And then from there, they're able to receive more support, more visibility. For example, the project with Fit Houston was highlighted on the national level for AARP. Fit Houston is a fairly new nonprofit. And so that, it's projects that are able to kind of start this, build that credibility, build that infrastructure. And then from there, they're able to show proof of the impact they're having in the community. And that's what AARP is about, right? We want to make sure and provide a platform for these partners to be able to start. In many cases, as you see, there's so many nonprofits doing great work, but they don't have that visibility to be able to make those connections. And so this is kind of, we see it as this jumpstart to long-term change in our communities.
So a pilot program that they can quick turnaround with success that has impact in the community, which is so much of the work that AARP does to begin with. So you coined the phrase for us, which was age-friendly network. What does that mean?
Yeah, so age friendly is really ensuring that our cities are able to make the cities the best that they can for people of all ages, right? And so Houston became an age friendly city under Mayor Turner about 5 years ago with an executive order. And so that we make sure that we work with elected officials, with policymakers, to when then they are working on policies, they think of older adults, right? In anything that they're building, in their housing changes, in their parks, and really accessibility for everyone. And we have 9 domains of livability. Housing is one of them. Healthcare access is another. Civic engagement, and then there's many more domains. But really ensuring that, again, we keep our older adults top of mind as these policies are being worked on at the city level, at the county level, and then at the state level for Texas. So our team does a great job of ensuring we do really shine a light on the vulnerable population, and that they are always thought of when creating these laws.
I think it's important for those who might be familiar with AARP and not familiar with one of the main goals, which is to advocate, correct? At the local
Correct.
and national level. And this is a great example. The AARP Community Challenge, again, that deadline, Rosalinda?
March 5th, it's around the corner. But the good thing to know is that even if you see this program after, this happens every year. This is a program that is led by our Livable Communities initiative, and you can find out more at aarp.org/community challenge.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we wrap up?
Just for folks to know that we are in your community. We have a local office here in Houston. We have a wonderful team that's always working on innovative programming through partnerships like the Hispanic Chamber, a lot of free events and workshops that are available for not just older adults, but the entire family. And so think of us as a resource, and learn more at aarp.org/Houston.
You have not visited their website, I encourage you to do so. We send many people to the website because they cover so many topics, even career exploration, how to handle a person that perhaps you are caring for, how to talk to your family about planning for those types of things. A great resource, a great partner to the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Rosalina, we thank you and the AARP team for all you do.
Thank you.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
As we recover from Hurricane Beryl, AARP wants to help you avoid scammers. We have online resources and tips that can help protect you from scams and fraud. AARP recommends doing business only with authorized contractors and obtaining detailed estimates in writing.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
Hello, this is Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and also very happy to say a 3-time University of Houston graduate, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degree from our University of Houston. We all love is so key to our city, to the country, and especially for students who are there today living this phenomenal experience of being Cougars. And you can't be at U of H without meeting Mike Paday, Associate Vice President for Alumni Relations. Mike, great to have you on.
Great to be with you as always. Always fun to see your smile on a rainy day. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, of course, and so much happening at U of H. So let's just start with some of the things people should know right away, right off the bat. What's going on at U of H?
Well, what'll amaze you, and I'm sure, is that we're over 48,000 students this semester, right? I mean, we have just short of 9,000 students living on campus. When you and I went there in the dark ages, right? It was about half of that, right? So,
Right.
tier 1 institution. We have a Phi Beta Kappa chapter. We opened graduated our first class for the medical school last year. A brand new law building. I mean, there's so many things going on that it's actually hard to keep up, right? They ask, what do I do in the morning? And I said, our momentum is so good, I just try not to mess it up, right? Things are going so well on campus. Our largest freshman class ever, over 6,500 freshmen joined the University of Houston. We still are the most diverse university in the country. 125 countries are represented at the University of Houston. So we're proud of all of those things. Hispanic serving institution, top 5 ranking in 5 or 6 programs. I mean, I could just go on. We're in a great space.
Yes, and so many alums in Houston, outside of Houston. So if someone wants to get involved, what can they do?
So the simplest way just to start is our website is houstonalumni.com. Now, what you'll find there is over 40 associations and networks that you can join. There's one for every college. None of these cost any funds to join. They're all free. There's one for every college. We have demographic and geographic. So we have some for Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, the Valley. We have demographic, Asian American, Hispanic alumni, LGBTQ, Black alumni, Spirit of Houston. We have all kinds of, and then of course there's one for every college. So if you went to the business school or went to the Hilton College, education, we have something for everyone. So you can do that. We have all of our events. We have about 240 events a year, whether they're around athletics and it's a tailgate party or something prior to our nationally ranked basketball team, where I see you a lot, cheering on the Cougars, right? We've got that going for you. We do things with the arts. We do things around town. And you mentioned alumni. 1 out of every 6 college graduates in the city of Houston is a Cougar. The city says they have about 1 million college graduates in the greater Houston area, and we have just short of 200,000 of those are Cougars, which is an amazing network. As you know, one of the great networking people that I know, that network is really powerful, and we're trying to get our alums to use that as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely. And going back to the celebrations and really just this rebirth of this University of Houston, certainly something very special that's coming up is a 100th birthday. Tell us a little bit about this anniversary.
Yeah, can you believe the university is going to celebrate its centennial in just 2 short years? So in 2027, we're working on some plans to not only the transformation we've been going through, but a further transformation actually physically, multi-million-dollar plan for landscaping and refurbishment of the fountains on campus and benches and trees and pathways and lighting, all those kinds of physical things you can touch. But also we're in the midst of another billion-dollar campaign for student success. It's really built around 100 student scholars. Everything's a category of 100, right? You can imagine faculty scholarships, student scholarships, endowments that we're trying to raise funds for. It's all about student success at the University of Houston. You know, about 45% of our graduates are the first in their family to graduate from college. And that's who the university is. So we're going to celebrate that. Those 2 years are going to go really fast. You're going to start to see the celebrations and the shovels in the ground next year in 2025. It'll carry all the way through 2026. And then we consider the celebration time essentially football season of 26 through the end of the calendar year of 27. We'll be celebrating the 100th anniversary of this university, which has only really been public since 1961. So even though we've been open for 100 years, we've only been public for about 65 of those. So it's an amazing institution. As you know, there's a lot to celebrate, a lot of great alums in all kinds of facets of business and work like yourself. I mean, I feel always intimidated when I come on with you. You're 3-time graduates. You know, you've got all that going on. And we have so many graduates who've achieved so many great things. We're coming up with some plans to not try and celebrate them in a month. We're going to celebrate them through the course of the entire year. So you'll see a lot of things. There'll be a transformation around town. You'll see billboards and things on buildings and lighting opportunities and all kinds of ways you as a homeowner can participate, whether it's a yard sign or putting something on your email signature to celebrate the 100th anniversary. Is going to be a lot of things that get pushed out to our alumni to help us celebrate, because you get one shot. You know, you get one shot to celebrate 100 years, and we're really excited about it.
Well, this is so exciting, and I'm so proud to be one of the many alums of the University of Houston, a byproduct of that. Congratulations to the faculty, the staff, Dr. Renuka Tour, the Board of Regents, so many people that have come together to make this university what it is today, a true treasure in our great city. And what an honor it is to be affiliated with so many great folks at the University of Houston. Mike, thanks for all that you do. And before we sign off, go Cougs.
Go Cougs!
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
As we recover from Hurricane Beryl, AARP wants to help you avoid scammers. We have online resources and tips that can help protect you from scams and fraud. AARP recommends doing business only with authorized contractors and obtaining detailed estimates in writing.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So happy to have our next guest here. Her name is Veronica Neal, and she is the owner and CEO of Keystone Advisors. She's going to tell us all about her business. As an entrepreneur, we're always happy when entrepreneurs become members of the Chamber, and we can highlight their success stories and everything that they're doing out in the community. Welcome, and thank you.
Thank you. It's so nice to join you guys today and also being part of the chamber, and hopefully we can do a lot of participation and collaboration with your organization.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you join us today. So let's start with this. How did you start your business and why this particular kind of business? Tell us what it is.
So, I'm an immigrant. I come from an immigration family, and we have been in a low income community, and a lot of my family members were very ill, and not a lot of resources available or education. And when I went to school, I was pursuing nursing degree just because I know that we had a lot of sick family members. And when I was in a wait period to go into the nursing program, I started working for a health insurance company, and I realized that a lot of the members that would enroll with a plan, they would disenroll immediately. And a lot of it was because of lack of education. A lot of the patients didn't understand that there are doctors in the community that speak their language, that understand their culture. And also a lot of the material was in English, so they didn't understand what an annual well visit was. Most of the medical attention was always reactive, not proactive. And so I found that, I had to go to these appointments with my family members, and they didn't know how to go about it. They thought emergency room was the only way to get treatment. And so I realized that there was a problem across the board. So when I started working for the insurance company and working in the retention department, I started participating in a lot of the meetings in the community, providing these seminars in Spanish. And so going to the communities and inviting people to the senior centers and doing individual visits, and that allowed their family members, especially the ones that were younger, that were the decision makers or the translators, right? So that they understand really, well, how can you be proactive in your benefits and not going without your medications, because that would lead you into a terrible healthcare solution. So once we educated the family members, we started seeing better outcomes of people living longer, and also being able to be part of their grandkids in the future generations. Yeah.
So what would you like people who are watching this to know about your business?
So we are a brokerage, so we represent majority of the health plans that are available across the country, and we make individual assessments to determine what is important to them, because it's not a one shoe fits all. So we customize plans at the lowest cost that allows them to access quality healthcare systems across the city of Houston. And we don't charge a fee. This is we provide them resources. We also help them apply for the federal programs so that they can be proactive. And this is for the multi-generational homes as well. We realize that especially in the Hispanic community, we have 3 or 4 generations. And so we want to provide solutions to all family members, all size and all walks of life.
And I know in addition to your work as an entrepreneur, you do a lot in the community. Tell us in the last few minutes that we've got here a little bit about that.
And so we believe in empowerment, and a lot of that is through education and resources. So we volunteer, we do fundraisers for different organizations. A lot of it is children's students that want to pursue higher learning. So we help to raise grants for their higher education, and as well as animals. So basically, as a household, we try to support everyone to give them the ability to be living a healthier life through learning.
Well, we're very proud of you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce program. We hope to see you soon. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
As we recover from Hurricane Beryl, AARP wants to help you avoid scammers. We have online resources and tips that can help protect you from scams and fraud. AARP recommends doing business only with authorized contractors and obtaining detailed estimates in writing.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. As you know, we partner with many great organizations and entities here, and that's what makes Houston special, is that every day there are great Houstonians doing phenomenal work to make sure Houston is multicultural and that we have a variety of things for families and folks in our area to do. So one of them is coming up next year, and we're excited. The International Women's Fest, and joining us today is the founder, Adriana Clausen. Thank you, Adriana.
Thank you, Laura, for having me. So excited to be here.
Absolutely. So let's just get going. What is this fest? Tell us about it.
Well, one day I was just, thinking about this woman power momentum that has been going on for this past year. And I was like, and I searched online to see if there was a festival or some kind of big celebration that involved the city and so forth. And I could not find it. And I thought, you know what? I have to do it. I have to do it. And so that's how it was birthed.
So what is this going to look like? When you say the International Women's Festival, where, what? Tell us more.
So Houston is the most culturally diverse city in the United States of America. And it is time that we bring all the nationalities together and celebrate one another. Houston has a vibrant population of women, and this is the perfect time. Why not do it this coming International Women's Day and learn about our cultures? Let's lift each other up. Let's applaud you, your backgrounds and everything that you are doing for the city, you know, because sometimes we're kind of segregated, you know what I mean? And so why not bring us all together and truly enjoy all the different cultures and everything that all these wonderful and beautiful women are doing throughout the city that we frankly just don't know about.
So it's my understanding you want to go to Discovery Green. You'll have
Yes.
panels with people. You're going to have some vendors out there. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So think about this, right? We have women in music. We're going to celebrate women in music, women in leadership roles, women in education, women with sauce. You know, we have a great culinary experience happening here. And all these wonderful women are behind all of these events. And so we're going to have panels. We're going to talk about menopause. We're going to talk about subjects that are so important and dear to us, along with, you know, vendors and along with a wellness area and just a celebration of women.
So who is your audience?
Every female. I mean, think about it. We want to encourage, we want to see little girls. We want them to understand the greatness that it is to be a woman. So, you know, moms, grandmothers, sisters, mothers, wives, girlfriends, any age group, we're going to have something for each individual.
So where can people get more information about volunteering or becoming involved with this festival?
So you can go on the website, www.internationalwomensfest.com, and you can sign up. You can sign up to become an ambassador. You can sign up to become a sponsor or a vendor. If you have a unique business idea or you're currently selling, and your audience is women, you know, this is the perfect avenue to showcase your product.
Very well. Well, Adriana, thank you for your leadership and to the entire team that I know you're going to assemble to make sure this is a great success. Wishing you all the best, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much, Laura.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.
As we recover from Hurricane Beryl, AARP wants to help you avoid scammers. We have online resources and tips that can help protect you from scams and fraud. AARP recommends doing business only with authorized contractors and obtaining detailed estimates in writing.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com.